So we now start with asking basic questions. How data is represented, the quantum of or amount of data is described by what factors. So even though means these are so obvious things that we never think that these need to be probed. Just like how human being himself or herself lives. How do we live? It's so natural that we don't analyze it. Every action of human being, that is ourselves, is an outcome of such a huge process, but we look at it as obvious. And means suppose that I want to talk something to you. How that comes to my mind? All these things are so obvious that we don't analyze. Like that, the word data is now so popular, so known to everybody that we don't even think to go to roots of that, and we start using it. So, if we go backwards, few centuries back and all those things, because this is important. The other things that's formula and all these things you can very easily do. We should be able to convince ourselves of what we are learning. So number system is something called as data representation that you have heard about. Now, when we talk about number system, what types of numbers are there? First is natural numbers, right? Then, whether anybody of you has thought that why the name has been given as natural numbers? Listen, so I ask very critical questions. Why its name is given natural numbers? Why?
Because it is present physically, it can count using those.
Yeah. Again, anyway, since even though we have ample time, we don't have infinite time also. So there is a limit to what time I can wait after asking questions. So I answer now. The name is given natural numbers because that phenomenon is so natural that even non-human beings know that. म्हणजे नॅचरल नंबरची जाणीव मनुष्येतर प्राण्यांना सुद्धा आहे, म्हणून त्याला नॅचरल नंबर म्हणतात. रिमेंबर that symbols are not numbers. Listen very carefully. Symbols. I mean, there were illiterate people who could count. Listen very carefully. Illiterate people can even count. Right? So I look at 1, 2, 3. This is just way of representing existence of 3 units of something. Those means now there are nowadays that the term talked about is AI literacy. Prior to that it was digital literacy. Prior to that it was computer literacy. Prior to that it was general literacy. साक्षर निरक्षर, आज AI साक्षर AI निरक्षर म्हणतो आपण. एक 50 वर्षापूर्वी प्रौढ साक्षरता अभियान घेतलं होतं. सांगायचा मुद्दा असा की देर आर पीपल हू डोंट नो दिस रिप्रेझेंटेशन 1, 2 म्हणजे अक्षर किंवा आकडे कळत नाहीत, बट दॅट डझंट प्रोहिबिट हिम फ्रॉम काउंटिंग. राईट? सो दिस इज number system in natural numbers. There are whole numbers, negative numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, fractional numbers, all these things we can go about. How it is, listen, I again repeat that there was a time where even script was not there, writing was not there. That time how data was perceived. Then numbers came. Then this decimal number system. Then fractions. All these things have been advancements. Now, there is if we go deeper and deeper, linguistics is also having a deeper connect with how the things have developed. In English, we know 1 to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, then 20, then 30, like that. So, up 1 to 10, these are distinct words. Agreed? 1 to 10 are distinct words. Then after 20, 21, 22, that is very clear. 30, that is very, very clear. If there again one very specific exception is in Hindi language, what is that? In numbering system, in uttering a word, there is an exception in Hindi language. What is that? In Hindi, 1, 2, 3, that we know. 11, 12, 13, 14. 21, 22. In Sanskrit as well as in Hindi as well. In English it is 29, but in Hindi it is 29. So you go one back. In Sanskrit also. Ekonat ishati. But in Hindi there is one more exception. What is that? In Hindi, 41, 48, 49. 71 up to 78, 79. There's one, what? 99, 99. So, that we can't say as an exception, because we can say that it is the last 2-digit word. There was one more exception. What is that? Nawasi, 89. 89 is not, 79 is 79. 89 is not 99. 69 is 69. So why that? Means there are so many things which now it is for you to restrict yourself where to give attention, or when you come as a group, you should find out those things which need attention, and you can group yourselves, and one can focus on one. Nawasi, that is a very significant and substantial exception. So that is another part. But if we focus on English, 1 to 10, for 20 onwards, no problem. If you study between 11 to 19, what you find a difference, and that tells us about something which is very predominant to data representation. What is that? There's substantial difference in the words which represent numbers. There's substantial difference. I appeal to you to focus between 11 to 19. What is that? Right, 11 and 12. What those are? Those are quite different. And then from 13 onwards, 13 is 3 and 10. 14, 4 and 10. So, what can be your interpretation on this? This is the observation. On basis of the observation, what can be the conclusion? What is the conclusion? If there is no conclusion, if we are unable to conclude, then there is no point of so deep observation. What is that? In Roman, there's means decimal Roman. In Roman, there are again two types. 4, in some Roman script it is like this, and in some it is also there. There are two ways in which 4 can be presented. Anyway, that is not so critical. But 12, 11, 12 and 13, that is a very substantial difference. What is that? That should means, see, data interpretation. What I state is conventional things, that mean, average, deviation and all. This is everything you know, that is, there is no need to discuss. That I will provide the material. That is not important. How we interpret, how we analyze 11, 12, 1 to 10, 11, 12 and 13 onwards. What is that? What that can be. That is, since these are post facto analysis, means we are analyzing and it has happened long back and we don't have any documentation, but still we can analyze, still we can extrapolate backwards. No idea? That in Roman script, it was difficult to write bigger numbers. Actually, binary system, we go for binary system. Everybody of you must have heard now. It's not now preview of computers or electronics people. It's not almost in school days. Prior to binary, decimal, you know, in decimal how many symbols are there? 10 symbols. In binary, 2 symbols. Octal, 8. So decimal, octal. Why quad system is not there? Quad. Hexadecimal is there? 16. Actually, hexadecimal is not a number system. Why? It is simply hexadecimal is that way not a number system. Octal is that way not a number system, because it is just grouping binary. Hexadecimal, since it is index of 2, since the base is index of 2, hexa is not a separate, just 4 bits represented by a unique symbol, right? So decimal, binary. Can you come prior to binary? बायनरी पेक्षा आधीची होऊ शकते. कधी ऐकले तुम्ही? डेसिमल. डेसिमलला मराठीत काय म्हणतात? दशमान पद्धत. बायनरीला काय म्हणतात? बायनरीला आहे की शब्द आहे, द्विमान पद्धत. त्याची आधीची काय असू शकेल? बायनरीची आधीची एकमान पद्धत आहे का? कशी? एकमान पद्धत कशी आहे? एकमान पद्धत आहे. कशी? त्यात किती सिंबल असतात? एकमान पद्धतीमध्ये बघा या I am trying my level best to increase the horizons of your ability to think. That is important. एकमान पद्धतीमध्ये सिंबॉल किती असतात? एकच सिंबॉल. मग तो काय असावा? शून्य नको. म्हणजे डेसिमल मध्ये 0 असतात, बायनरी 0 आणि 1 असतो. एकमान मध्ये 0 पण 0 नको, उगेच तो घ्यायला नको 0 म्हणून 1 घ्यायचा, एक सिंबॉल. आता हे जर आपण उत्तर दिलं तर खूपच ते महत्वाचं आहे. कार्ड्स यू नो, पत्ते माहित आहेत पत्ते सगळ्यांना. पत्त्या याच्यामध्ये पिक्चर कार्ड्स नॉन पिक्चर कार्ड्स असतात. नॉन पिक्चर कार्ड किती असतात? 1 ते 10. 1 ते 10 असतात कार्ड्स. मग आता मी प्रश्न विचारतो तुम्हाला, तर बघूया. प्लेइंग कार्ड्स जे आहे त्याच्यावर कुठली नंबर सिस्टीम म्हणता येईल तुम्हाला? अगदी म्हणजे आता तुझं प्लेइंग कार्ड घेतले आपण. कसा असतो प्लेइंग कार्ड? आता समजा एक्का आहे, आपण चौकट घेऊया फक्त. एकच चौकटचा एक्का आहे. काय असतं चौकटचा एक्का? इथं ए असते, एक्का असतो. इथे चौकट असते लिहिलं छोटं, इथे एक असते आणि इथं काय असतंय? एक असतंय, ए असतो एक्क्यावर. आणि दुर्रीपासून आपण दुर्री घेऊया. असं असतं बरोबर, दुरी तिरी वगैरे असं असते. आता आपण काय करूया, हे छोटं असते. मी असं काही कार्ड घेतो की हे कापायचं, पत्त्याचं कॅट घ्यायचं, आणायचं विकत, प्रेसमध्ये जायचं आणि कट करायचं. कुठं कट करायचं? हे काढून टाकायचं. लक्षात आलं? ते 2 आणि छोटे सिंबलचे पण काढून टाकायचे. म्हणजे आता काय राहिलं माझ्याकडे? आता कसं होणार? ही कुठली नंबर सिस्टीम आहे? एक्का, दुर्री. नाव टेल मी. तर हे आता अंध लोकांना पत्ते खेळता येतात का? कसं? ब्रेल लिपी. ते वेगळा विषय झाला, तो सोडून देतो आपण. मी म्हणजे आता अंधचं सांगायचं तात्पर्य असं आहे की डेटा आणि डोळ्याशी खूप कनेक्ट आहे. डोळे नसतील तर तो खूप कॉम्प्लेक्स होतो. तेव्हा जिथे जिथे रेफरन्स आहे तर पण तो रेफरन्स घेणार. राईट. सो आता नॉर्मल माणसाला एक्का, दुरी, तिरी असं आहे. ही कुठली नंबर सिस्टीम आहे? ही कुठली नंबर सिस्टीम आहे? ही नंबर सिस्टीम कुठली आहे? बायनरी आहे, डेसिमल आहे, कुठली आहे? म्हणजे एकमान. बायनरीचा डेसिमल म्हणजे दशमान, बायनरी म्हणजे द्विमान. तसं एकमानला काय म्हणतात? बायनरीच्या आधीचं युनरी नंबर सिस्टीम. सो इट इज युनरी नंबर सिस्टीम. आर यू शुअर? म्हणजे इथं मला असं वाटतंय की म्हणजे आय डोंट नो की मी सांगतो ते महत्वाचं आहे, तुम्हाला वाटतंय का नाही माहित नाही, पण आज नाही तर काही वर्षांनी वाटेल, एवढं मी निश्चित सांगतो. प्लेइंग कार्ड्स असे हे आपण कट केलेले आहेत. ती कुठली नंबर सिस्टीम आहे? युनरी का डेसिमल? युनरी. एव्हरीबडी सेज युनरी. मी असं म्हणू इच्छितो की जे बरोबर आहे असं समजून तुम्ही विचार करा आणि स्वतःला कन्व्हिन्स करायचा प्रयत्न करा. कारण तुम्हाला इंडिपेंडेंटली विचार करायला देऊन तेवढा वेळ आपल्याकडे नाही. सो व्हॉट आय से, इट इज युनरी कम डेसिमल नंबर सिस्टम. थिंक फॉर ए व्हाईल. इट इज युनरी कम डेसिमल नंबर सिस्टम. जस्टिफाय व्हाय. Justify why. Think for a while. I will answer.